Yo guys, this is Reinhart and this video is gonna be one of the best Unholy Decay videos you've ever seen in your life, because in this video you guys gonna enjoy a lot of stuff. So let's get started right away with a PowerPoint presentation. So what you can expect from this video is really good Unholy Pet management system, and the way I'm gonna do it is I'm not gonna show you how to do it exactly. I'm gonna give you lots and lots of options on how to play with your pet. Most of the guides fail kinda to understand that even though the way they do it works for them, it does not necessarily gonna work for somebody else. Therefore, I'm gonna be putting a different playstyles, and this is gonna be a first guide ever that will show you how to get from a beginner standpoint of pet management to more of a professional advanced system, and I'm gonna break it down in 3. So guys, go ahead and take a look here and try to understand where you are. If you're a beginner, then you're just starting, you need the basics for Unholy Pet management. If you are intermediate, that meaning that you already run Unholy to 1800 to 2000 in either RPGs or arenas, then you're intermediate, you might want to take it up to the next level. And if you're advanced, if you already have a 2.2k achievement, if you're bored out of your mind and looking for ways to absolutely improve your Unholy and take it to the next step, then you are in advanced section. So for the basics, we have, first of all, what you need to understand is you are mini TSG. Your pressure comes from connecting on a target with your gargoyle and your ghoul. And sometimes pets attack different targets, they can be taunted and all that shit. For the stances, use assistive. And for the macros, see a problems and solutions video, it will be annotated here and at the end. And let's look at the next slide where I'll show you the macros for the beginner. So for the beginners, you might want to just put a /petattack into all of your strike macros, like here. Into Chain of Ice, Scourge Strike, Necrotic Strike, and you will guarantee to get a connect. And this is how you do it. You see here, just put a /petattack, and those are the macros out here. If you're interested in those macros, please look at the description below and you will be able to copy those macros very easily. Now as a beginner, I would not recommend you to actually go ahead and try to use your pet move macro or any other fancy ones, because get a grasp of the basics first and then go for the advanced more. But the other macro that you should be using is pet follow macro, because you will need to pull your pet out when it's actually getting focused. Last but not least, it's actually very effective. It worked for a Gladiator DK that got Gladiator, and he was competing in our tournament. This just shows you how actually very basic but yet very effective thing you can do with your pet. Now let's take a look how it actually works in World of Warcraft and on the dummies. Okay, now let's take a look at the actually basic pet management in action. So I'm chain advising this guy. As you guys can see, my pet starts attacking it right away. And let's see if I want to do a hard switch to this guy over here. As you guys can see, pet goes onto it right away. The reason why you want to macro it with your abilities is because it takes about 3 to 4 seconds for your pet to actually switch with using assistive. But if you're actually using petattack macro to your abilities, you will be switching right off the bat. So hopefully this one helps you guys to get a basic grasp of Unholy Decay pet management. But keep in mind, this is just basics, but it still works. Now for the intermediate, first of all, I would recommend you to get 1800 plus in RPGs, arenas, 2v2, 3v3 first. Get the basics first. The reason why I'm saying that is because most people burn themselves out when they're trying to grasp and get way too much right off the bat. Keep in mind guys, it's a step-by-step process, so be patient and just keep working on it. Once you're ready to take advance up the notch, then first of all what I would recommend you to do is get rid of all the pet attacks except one. Keep it on the Chain of Ice. The reason why I'm saying keep it on the Chain of Ice is because when you're Chain of Icing your target, 99% of the time you're actually doing it to start switching on it or try to get close to it. Now for the stuns, start with the assistive and end it with a passive, and this time you will have to use a bind, move to, and use it against the stealth classes. Put it behind you, and if the rogues or feral opening up on you, start pet stun them right away, because they won't be able to dodge from behind. Intermediate section of this video is actually very short. The reason why I'm saying it because just the simple of switching from pet attack on all the keybinds, so just chain of ice, and switching from assisted to a passive takes a lot of time to get used to. I would suggest you get 2k to 2.2k before you can actually move to the last one, advanced. You also want to start using move to macro in arena, and the way you want to use it is actually, if they open up on your poly and you notice a pattern, then just put your pet behind the poly and pet stun that rogue's opener. For intermediate overall, you are gonna add 2 more keybinds, pet move and pet move to, and your biggest challenge would be actually getting used to a passive stance for your pet and manually have it attack or attack with your chain of ice. Okay, last but not least, advanced. This is actually gonna be the hardest one, and there's a huge step. But this one actually is not a huge step based on the stances. It's actually based on actual skills you're gonna be using and your tips and tricks. It is a lot more difficult than it's gonna be seem, and you will have to be practicing it. I'm not yet myself 100% mastered it, and I do have some idle time on my pet, but I'm still trying my best and I am practicing it. So let's get started right away. Okay, so before you're getting into advanced pet management, first of all, unbind your pet attack, period, from any abilities, including chain of ice. They're no longer gonna be your pet attack macro, and your pet will be on passive 100% of the time. Okay, now for the macros. For the pet attack macro, you will be using it during the switches, preferably with a chain of ice. You'll have to use it in between globals to maximize your efficiency, and you can use it to get a focus stance. The move to bind, the move to pet move to bind, you will be using it in a lot more varieties. You will use it as an interrupt on your target, as a root / peel melee off you, and root the healer in the place during the swaps. I'm gonna show you examples right now in World of Warcraft. Okay guys, so let's get started with the first one, is the pet attack. So I'm gonna be, as you guys can see, I don't have any assists, I don't have any binds, anything at all where my pet would be assisting me on the target. So let's get started with the first one. I'm gonna swap here. Look at this. I'm using a pet attack when in between my global. Let me actually slow down here for a sec and show you guys. There's a chain of ice, there's a global, and there's a pet attack command. The reason why I'm doing it is because when you have a global cooldown, you cannot use any abilities yourself as a DK, and that would be a perfect way to actually have your pet to go and start attacking your own target. With the chain of ice, why I say with the chain of ice preferably, because your pet can actually catch up to the target. So that's what I meant when you actually swapping in between the globals, or just swapping in general. There you go. Let's say I don't have a chain of ice, I'm just swapping to this guy over here right away. It doesn't matter which one, but you will have to be using pet attack individually on every single swap, and it can actually get very annoying. The last one is to use your pet attack as a focus pet stun. So I'm gonna be focusing this dummy right here, and I do it actually quite frequently, and I'm gonna have my pet attack my focus, and I'm gonna show you guys macro. And as you guys can see, my pet is attacking focus while I'm attacking this guy here, and you cannot use it for a long period of time. And now I'm gonna do a focus stun. As you guys can see, the target is focus stun, and I'm pulling my pet, and I'm actually have it attack my training dummy again. That's the last one for pet attacks. Okay, now let's move to the pet move to. So for this one, I'm gonna show you how to utilize your pet as a peel melee off of you. Really works against, I would say, other DKs, rogues, warriors, and even ferals. So these DK haulers, by the way, thanks a lot dude for your help. I put my pet on attacking him, and you see how I'm moving my pet too, and I'm cutting at the same time, and I'm charging my pet onto the DK, and I'm cutting him. Now needless to say, I don't have a death advance up on me, so whatever distance you guys see right now, I could have probably got 50% more distance if I would have had a death advance. Now for this one, Osteopath Rested Druid decided to help me out, thanks a lot man, in terms of making the video. So I'm gonna show you guys the two things here: the effectiveness of pet lip as an interrupt or a lineup interrupts, and the other one is the effectiveness of the pet lip to use it as a pinning down the healers towards you to rack up some good damage. So let's get started. So I'm gonna try to build up runic power here on this druid, and it's not a proper rotation, so don't start looking into any of that shit. But anyway, So I have my pet enriched, and I want to show you guys right now what I'm going to be doing here. So let's start it. So this druid is healing, and I'm mind freezing it, and I'm moving my pet away. And while I'm moving my pet away, the druid's gonna try to heal another one. I'm pet lipping that heal. Now he's gonna heal another one, which I'm gripping, and then he's healing the fourth heal, which I'm mind freezing. So with the help of my pet lip and death grip, I was able to get 2 mind freezes, and the total time of lockout on the rest of druid was 14 seconds. It was actually pretty good. Okay, and for the last one, take a look at here. I'm enraging my pet, and let's say the healer is cutting me, and I'm DPS in the Shadow Priest. I'm gripping this druid, and I'm pet lipping him into a pet stun, into a strangulate. So let's see, it's a rest druid, so he could actually shapeshift out of my pet lip. But let's put it this way, if it's a, let's say, holy poly, he would have been pinned down for a little bit over 11 seconds, taking damage. Pet lip as a root is actually very valuable to run as a PhD or even as a THG. Whenever remember you pinning down the target, the other DPS can have their way with your target as well at the same time. So that's it with the pet move. It's actually very nice, very nicky and tricky, so to say. Now after you guys seen those clips, you understand that pet move and focus pet attack are 2 main reasons why your pet have to be on passive. And that's, so far from what I've seen, is as good as it gets. The last one I want to show you guys is use pet move as eating traps, but boy, it's actually a lot more difficult because the timer on a trap is roughly 2 to 3 seconds, and you will need also that time in order to actually move your pet. So sometimes it's actually easier yourself to eat the trap instead of having your pet. And if your pet follows your healer all the time to eat the traps, keep in mind you're losing that valuable damage. Now, is this the end? Is it the end of evolution as a player? Hell no, I'll probably try to find something better to do with my pet later on in the future. So far I just sat down and like I said, I decided to see what I can improve here myself. And you know what, if I'll find something else I can get better on in terms of pet management, overall DK playstyle, and basically everything, I'm gonna let you guys know, and I'm gonna make a video. So this is not the end, this is not the last video I made about pet management, but I definitely think it's right now the best pet management video out there. Now, if this video helped you guys out and you like this video, please like a video, favorite this video, subscribe to my channel and share. Guys, I'm putting a lot of effort into the guides once again, and I will be making them one of the best guides you guys ever see, and they're gonna be for free. But my request for you guys, if I'm putting this much effort, then just put about 8 to 10 seconds effort yourself. Like my video, favorite it, subscribe to my channel, and if you can, share this video please. Help me guys out. And let's see, do you think we can get to 500 likes on this video? If we do, I'll make a state-of-the-art, one of the best Unholy Pressure Master videos out there to show you guys how to excel as Unholy in PvE and PvP at the same time. Now please check out the problems and solutions video for Unholy Pet Management in the previous, and check out Reinhardt 1, the DK montage, in the next video. Thank you for watching guys, and do svidaniya. Also check out my DK playlist that you can find in my channel by clicking on DK symbol, or you can also check it out by clicking on this outro on the DK the entire show.